Hi guys, today I want to make this earring. It's a little Art Deco-ish, so it won't be everybody's style, but I really love the Art Deco style. So I really love in those earrings. What you need for that is like an 8mm pearl. I got a cream pearl here. You need some Miyuki beads, 11O. This is Opaque Matte Light, and I also have that in Opaque Matte Light Rose in 15O. I got galvanized Duracoat gold, 15O. I have galvanized light beige, 11O. And I got some metallic bronze, 11O delica beads. So these are all seed beads. This is the only delica bead. And I'm going to start with, oh yeah, of course you also need Fireline. I'm using the Berkeley's Fireline. It's much cheaper than the Beading Fireline. It works the same. This is 0.13 millimeters. It's a little bit thinner than the size 006 Fireline from Beadalon. But I love this, and it's cheaper and it works just as fine. I'm taking about an arm span and a half wide of thread of my Fireline, and I'm going to use my wax, which I have been doing a lot lately, to wax my thread. Pull that through there once, grab it at the end, and just run your fingers over there to get that wax into your thread. And you'll have some left over. Just clean off your finger. I also use John James size 10 needles for those of you who would like to know what I'm using in my needles. And we're going to start with a brick stitch. Oh, and I forgot, you also need a 4mm smoke topaz if you want to make it the same way and same colors as I do. Swarovski, of course. Okay, you need 18 delica beads, the bronze ones, for the going around of the brick stitch. But first we're going to go in with our needle to the pearl. Pull that through, leave a bit of a tail, not too much. Go in there again, hold your tail between your fingers, pull that through, turn the pearl to the other side, so you got a thread on one side, and push it through, and hold that thread again, and pull it through. Pull it tight on both sides, and it doesn't really matter on what side you begin. You pick up 2 delica beads, and you go under the thread that you just added, and try and hold on to that thread. Pull the delica beads up, go in from the bottom into that second delica bead, and then pull it tight. Gotta pull your tail. First row is always the most difficult. Pull your tail tight so that your delica beads are next to each other. Don't worry if this is a little crooked, that will straighten out when you do the last one. Pick up number 3, going under the thread, pull that through, going up into that delica bead. Don't go under that thread again. Sometimes it happens, you go under the thread again and then your delica bead is off your thread. Picking up number 4, and in, and I'm just going to do and keep pulling that tight. Pick up number 5, can just position that right next to the other one. Next one, number 6. Turn it around a bit. Number 7. Number 8. And we can do one more on that same thread. And if all's correct, that's pretty much on the hole right there. So move your thread over. And we're going to go under a new thread. And go back in there. And you're just going to continue. Make sure you got everything pulled tight. And move that over as if there were no hole. When you've done 18, you're going back into the first one, top to bottom, because you gotta straighten that out. Go back in 18, go back again into the first one, and now go up in the second one. And now we're going to add the galvanized light beige seed beads on top of that. And a total of 17 will go on top of that. Again, pick up 2 seed beads. And now you need to go under the thread of the previous line of delica. So you're coming out of this bead and you're going in between the first pair of threads that you bump into and pull them through, and again go up in the second one, picking up another one, going on top of that other delica, right in between where the thread is, so right in between the threads between the 2 delica, and pull that through and back up in the seed bead. And you're going to do this all the way around, and also you can also pull that over if you just yank it a little bit to the left, and you're just going to go in between the delica beads. So this is a very easy one. You don't have to add any extra beads under the same thread, which you normally do when you do a brick stitch, but this is an easy one. They fit perfectly on top of each other. You're just going to go all the way around until you got all 17 set up on there. So I suggest you pause me now until you got all 17 on there. I just added my 17th, and I'm going into the first, up in the 17th, down in the first, up in the second, and I'm now going to add a row of a pigment light rose with a galvanite light beige. So I'm going to pull that down, and I'm skipping the beige and I'm going into the rose, going only into the rose underneath it, and then I'm going to go up in the second beige, and I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to do that a total of 11 times. So rose and beige, pull it down, back in just the rose, into the beige, pull it through, and up in the next beige. Again, just to be on the safe side so you understand, rose and beige, pull it down, into the rose, into the beige, and up in the next beige. So 11 times. I suggest you pause me until you've done 11 of those. When you've done 11 of those sets, then you go up into your next one. Pick up 2 light rose, that's the same color as the 11-0, but only now in 15-0, and go down in the next beige. Go up in the next beige, pick up 2 15-0s again, and down in the next beige, up in the next beige, pick up 2 15-0s again, into the next one, and then we're going to go up in the beige, into the rose, and into the beige. So you got to pick up all 3. Now my end tail is really bothering me, so I'm going to get my end tail out of here. I'm just going to use a different needle for that. And I'm coming out of my hole here, so I'm just going up a delica bead, a seed bead, going down the next seed bead, be careful you don't get twisted around, going into the delica bead and going through the other side. There. Now I'm going to cut that off. Yay! Continuing. Now we're going to get out the fancy turquoise. These are probably Picasso's. It doesn't say, it says turquoise blue, and the number probably is not correct either. But I say these are the ones that are like with brown colors or stains on them. They're always called Picasso. So if you want to look for the Picasso turquoise ones, see if you can find the correct one. I'm gonna pick up just one super duo, and we're gonna go into the next beige, and we're gonna just do that to the end, picking up just one, going into the beige, When that's done, you're gonna go down in the rows again and into the beige underneath it. Gonna go up the beige in the 15-0 rows, and we're gonna grab a size 11-0 beige and go into the rows and into the beige. Going up again in the beige and the rows, picking up a beige, going down in the rows in the beige, up the beige, the rows, and another one, picking that up, going down, and now we're going to go up beige, rose, beige, and now I'm going to go check my other one. Okay, and here I pick up 2 delica beads, and I'm going to go into the Super Duo top hole. Next we're going to pick up a Super Duo, and we're going to pick up Duracoat gold or galvanized gold, whatever you want to use, and another Super Duo, and we're going to go in the next top hole. Next we're going to pick up 1 Super Duo into the next top hole. We're going to pick up 2 again with Duracoat galvanized in between into the next top hole. 1 again. 2. 1. 2. 1. And end with 2. Add to needle 2 delica beads. Go down in beige, rose and beige. I'm gonna go up beige and rose, down beige and rose, up beige and rose, into the beige, and we're going to add our loop now, and we're going to end our row with 5 15-0 of the matte rose. I'm going to go back in the gold, and we're going to go around about 3 times to make that loop for your ear hook. So that's 3. down, rose and beige. Up, beige and rose. Skip beige. Down, rose and beige. And we're going to go up, beige, rose, and 2 delicas. I'm going to pick up 3 15-0s, and we're going into the top hole of the delica. Now we're going to pick up a Swarovski 4mm, go in between. I'm going to pick up a beige 11-0, going to go in between the super duos. I'm going to pick up another beige, go in between. Oh, that's a delica bead. That's not supposed to be there. And pick up another beige seed bead, in between. Pick up another Swarovski. So the Swarovski basically goes where the gold is, and the 11-0s go where there's nothing. Pick up 3 15-0 rows, going into the 2 delicas, the beige, the rose, and the beige again. Going up in the next beige, going down in the next beige, going up in the next beige, and going down in the beige and the delica bead. And now we're going to find that hole of the pearl. Where's it at? Right here. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to pick up 13 size 15-0s rows. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to go back in that top hole. Turn it around. Pick up another 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Again, go back into the pearl. Go through all the 13 again that you just added. Be careful you don't skip one. Now, make sure that's tight and pick up another one and go in between. So now we're going in between and going through the other 13 on the other side. picking up another one to close up that gap. Going all the way up to the one I just added. Now I'm going to go around all the way again to kind of make that all like nice and tight and round. I'm trying to not pull it out of proportion, but it doesn't really work. Sometimes it just goes out of proportion. And I'm just going to go get out of one that is underneath one of these, sort of in the middle. One underneath the beige, sort of in the middle. I hope that makes sense. Let me see. See, I think this one is pretty much in the middle. So picking up this one seed bead, and I'm going into the beige to connect the 15 O's to the part, else it's just going to flip up. I'm going to go back down in the other one and back into that seed bead. And I'm going to go about a quarter around and pick up the next one. Let's see, that's nicely in between that one and that one. I hope that makes sense. You got to tie it down to your other part of the earring, because you don't want it to flap up or something, you know. Going around another about a quarter. Picking the one that's in the middle from where the loop is. Picking up this one and this one. Going back in that one. And now just one more time. I think this one. Connecting it to that side. Now we need to find the hole again, and you gotta go check the back side where that might be. It's about it's here. Okay, so we gotta go all the way to the hole, which is about in between the loop and the first sticking out little area there. Find the hole and go to the other side of the piece. Now you're going to do the same thing on this side with the 13 seed beads. So I suggest you pause me now until you get that done. When you've attached your last side, which I just did over here, make sure you push through until you're kind of underneath this bead right there. This first set where you begin. So I'm just going to push through. I'm pretty much underneath it now. And I'm going to go up through the delica to kind of keep that in order the way it's supposed to be. And I'm now going to go up this whole set until I get back to my super duo. Right there. Going into my super duo and my Swarovski. And I'm now going to add 4 size 11-0 beige on there. Going back up in 2. Adding to needle 1 rose size 11-0. Going down in 2. And I'm going to push through in the super duo, the seed bead, and the next super duo. Here I'm picking up 1, 2, 3, 4 size 15 rows, going back in the super duo, also going up again in 2, adding a Duracoat 15-0, going back down in 2, pushing through, the super duo, seed bead, super duo, and the Swarovski. And I'm again picking up 4 beige, going back in there and up to, adding light rose to needle, down to, through Swarovski, super duo, seed bead, and super duo, and again adding 1, 2, 3, 4 size 15-0 up to, adding the Duracoat, down 2, and I'm just going to do that until I get to the end. So I suggest you pause me now until you got them all done. When you come out of your last super duo, go through all of them again until you come out of the rows 11-0. Add to needle 1 delica bead. Go up the rows 15-0. Go down in the 15-0. Add to needle 1 delica. Go up and down, delica, up, and down, delica, and all the way up again. And when we're here, I'm going to go pick up 2 delicas, and we're going to go into 2 beige, down to beige, grabbing 2 delicas, going up the 15-0, down the 15-0 beige, 2 delicas, up the beige, down beige, 2 delicas, up the 15-0 rows, down the 15-0 rows, two delicas, up the beige, down the beige, and basically doing this all the way around. Pick up the 2 delicas, go all the way down again, come out of the beige, pick up the 15-0 rows into the delica, 15-0 into the beige, 15-0 into the delica, go into that rose, and might as well pick up that one, make it a little bit stronger. That's the beige, the rose, pick up the rose, into the delica, rose, seed bead, pick up the rose, into the delica, the rose, and all the way up. And now you basically completed your piece, except for adding the ear hook. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go around one more time, and I want this to be my front, so I want these to be, these ends to pop out a little bit to the front, like it's a little bit loose. It is connected, but I like to have that pop up a little bit. I'm just going to work away my thread. And I can do that by maybe just doing another round. I think that pretty much covers it. And it's really pretty. And all you do now is at your ear hook, and decide which one you want as the front. Doesn't really matter, both the same. And add that under. close it. And there we have a fancy pair of earrings, and make sure that those pop up all in the same direction. They're really awesome. I'm very proud of the design. Okay, well, I hope you liked it, guys, and I'm going to go make some pictures with my new fancy studio I made out of card box. I don't think I put that video here, but I will leave a link underneath it on how to make a video studio out of a card box and make beautiful pictures. Okay, well, that's it, guys. See you next time. Bye.